You may not know the name Thomas Cumberbatch, but you're about to. Now, if he had his way, he would have been a star offensive lineman in the Canadian Football League. But life has a funny way of throwing you curveballs.
100%.
For you, Thomas, there was a dream. There was a dream to play pro football. And you got as far as the Arena League, is that right?
That's right.
I think people would be interested to know what happens from Bishops, because you were a 290-pound left tackle with the Bishops Gators. But seriously, what happens on the journey when your dream is to play pro football and you have to do something else?
You know what? At that point, all you have is yourself. It's one of those moments where you sit down and you realize, oh my gosh, no one can figure this out for me. Nobody. It's you and yourself. And the only place to go is inward. So that's what I did. You know, for a lot of my life, my dreams were external. I want to be like that person. I want to play in that league. I want to do this. I want to go that place. I had to ask myself, who in the heck am I? Who am I? Now it's not about what should I do. It's who am I? The question changed in that phase of life. And I asked myself, I said, when was I the happiest in not playing football?
Before you answer that, before you get into that, because I know a tiny bit about this story,
Yes.
But what's astonishingly common is whether it's athletes, whether it's musicians, whether it's broadcasters, I would know quite a few, when the dream is over, how deep does that depression go?
Oh, that depression is no joke, because you put everything into achieving a dream, like becoming a professional, whether it's football player, a hockey player, whatever. And when that dream stops, you actually feel empty, because you've just dumped all of your consciousness, all of your effort and time into something that will no longer give you the opportunity to continue investing in it. And the depression is so real, and it's because in that moment, no one can answer the question, who am I? It's the most important question that any human being can ever answer. Who am I? That's the question. The answer to that question is the answer to all of life's problems, all of life's opportunities.
Right.
And in that moment, you're devoid of all of that. So, I couldn't answer that question, and it was depressing, because I didn't know who I was. I wake up in the morning and I didn't even know what to do with myself. I didn't know where to go. Normally, it's like eat this, go train, whatever it is. I had no more routine. And, I had to ask myself, who am I? And in order to get there, I said, well, when was I the happiest in not playing football? And I said, with a camera in my hand. In my last year of university, I took an elective, a photography elective, black and white film elective. And I had a dog at the time, and I used to just shoot photos of this dog. His name was Boss. A red Doberman. And my teacher said, Thomas, you have such a gift. You're taking these photos, these are incredible. And I was like, you know what, that's just a little photography. I'm gonna be a football player. Thank you, but no thank you.
Right.
And I came back to that moment. I said, you know what, maybe she was right. Maybe I do have a gift. So I said, Dad, I'm broke as a joke. Can I borrow $1,500 so I can go to Future Shop, rest in peace, because Future Shop doesn't exist anymore, and buy a camera? And I bought that camera, and the rest is history. I started taking photos, and it became something that enabled me. It was like a platform that enabled me to do what I'm called to do, which at that time I didn't even know what it was, but I realized because I wanted to take pictures and create campaigns for businesses, I needed to understand who they were. And at that moment, I realized that getting to know who someone else is what I'm here for. And I made that my career, is getting to understand who other people are.
I've studied your photography. Really good photographer.
Thank you.
And that's much harder than it appears to be. Someone's got to have a real eye. You took photography, but you've expanded on that. And now I think you probably have certainly one of the best brand development agencies, not just in Ottawa, but anywhere in Ontario and parts of Canada.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And I have an amazing team, but I'll tell you what the foundation of our agency is. It's empathy, it's curiosity, it's a listening posture, and bravery. Because ultimately speaking, when we're able to actually understand who someone is, and if they're brave enough to be who they are, then we know they're going somewhere, baby.
I love the name of his agency, Godspeed.
Yes.
G-O-D-Z.
Yes, Zed.
Speed. How do people find you, Thomas? Because I know you're doing more and more speaking engagements. The word is getting out there. Tell anyone watching how they get a hold of you.
You know what? The best place to find me right now, find us, is at www.godspeed.com. That's how you find out more about our agency. And if you want to connect directly with me, go on LinkedIn and type Thomas Cumberbatch, like Benedict, but bigger and blacker.
Thomas Cumberbatch. It's been said that opportunity doesn't knock, but sometimes the door opens a crack. That's exactly what Thomas did, and so can you. And we always say that you can't create a legend without a story. And who knows, like Thomas, you could be only one story away from creating your own legend.
100%. Awesome. Thank you so much.